It was well into my 9th regeneration when I was informed, once again, that the Master had been killed, this time on the planet Mechanus. I was also directed to Ogress Oriana, his recently discovered base of operations, to put a temporal seal on it and perform his last rites. But as with all things involving the Master, nothing ever goes as planned. Someone had gotten there first.
Right. We'll have to bypass the logic codes to proceed any further. I have followed his time traces and studied his ways. It shouldn't take long.
Careful! We've come too far for one little mistake to ruin everything.
Spare me your caution, Obril. My mathematical genius is more than a match for any trap the Time Lord might have devised.
Tam, your ignorance of this renegade's brilliance is jeopardizing this mission. I don't like it here.
You're free to go. Our plans don't require you. I can more than cope with...
You know very well that without the computations I provided, we wouldn't be here at all. Don't feel you have to take it upon yourself to put me in my place, Tam.
I think you overrate your importance to our mission.
Stop it! You have broken protocol. We must remain focused. Focus, strength, domination.
Focus, strength, domination.
Personal squabbles mean little when compared to the value of the information sealed within this whole. The plan is dependent upon the outcome of this mission. Behave yourselves, especially you. Obril is right for urging continued caution.
Stand back. We have nothing to fear from a dead Time Lord.
Can you read any energy signatures emanating from the vault?
Like the surrounding area, there's a temporal discrepancy of 0.03, which is well within the accepted norms. However, I don't believe we should risk an energy leap. We should search for a better jump point, or just walk in.
Walk in? Why don't we jump? I'm sure it's perfectly safe.
No. Obril is right. We must assume that any traps must be energy sensitive.
That still leaves motion detection.
No. We have the advantage. He was arrogant, even for a Time Lord. I don't think he seriously considered that anyone could even discover his little sanctuary, much less plunder it. Come on, let's move in.
Pardons. You are late.
Whoever you are, I'm sure a deal can be arranged. My associates and I are involved in a project which may be of interest to you.
I'm not concerned with the plottings of vermin. The only reason you are here is because I brought you.
Brought us? But how's that possible? We've planned...
I assure you it is a fact. Just as it is a fact that your worthless hides exist only because I allow it. Each of you has a particular talent that I will find useful. Your ability to travel through any energy stream will prove to be valuable. Although your talents are at my disposal, I prefer a willing slave as opposed to an entranced one. Therefore, I make you a counter-proposal. Serve me consciously and with success, and you will not only earn your liberty, but you will find that I can be as generous in rewarding accomplishment as I am ruthless in punishing failure.
Well, that is the price of our freedom. Then I guess we have no choice but to...
Fool! You would have at least found servitude endurable. Now you stand at the threshold of oblivion and I have no more time to waste on you. Unfortunate he defied me. Still, it was an adequate display of my capabilities.
What is to become of us?
Each of you will be initiated with this. Take them. Place them on your necks. Refuse, and well, Are we agreed?
Doctor? Doctor.
What? What was that?
Just seeing if you were still here. It's been ages since I last took a swim. I thought you might jump in, but you look a bit overdressed for a swim. Doctor?
Oh, what?
Honestly, Doctor, you don't seem much like yourself today.
I'm not.
What was that?
Nothing. Didn't you say that you were going swimming?
As I was saying...
Well, then jump in and stop pestering me.
Fine. How long till we arrive on Elgros?
Oh, not much longer, I expect.
Why so glum, Doctor? Come on.
I'm not glum, Sylvie. I'm trying to meditate. Stirring old ghosts. If you'd just leave me be. I'm a Time Lord, you know.
Oh, here we go again.
No, Sylvie, it's different this time. Things have changed.
Doctor, are you going to tell me that you feel pity for such a creature?
No. No. It's just that with the master gone, it's like something's missing. You wouldn't understand.
Well, maybe I wouldn't understand. After what he did to you and the rest of us? How can you sit here in one of your fits of melancholy over him?
Sylvie,
Sometimes I just don't understand you, Doctor. I'm glad that he's gone. After what he did to me. You should be too. I just wish I would have had a hand in it.
Sylvie, in the universe, there's...
No more of your eternal...
Sylvie, listen! If I allowed myself to hate my enemies, I would be lured into being more like the Master was. That is why I cannot allow myself the luxury of hating him, for my own benefit. Do you understand?
Yes. Of course, you're right.
True. The universe is a better place now that the Master's gone. But the Master provided me with, well, a duty, a sense of responsibility to set things right after he had perverted them. I never willfully took up that role, but our paths have continually crossed. He forced my reaction. I wouldn't have made the same decisions if he hadn't been around. I've always felt responsible for bringing out the worst in the Master, but in a way, he's responsible for bringing out the best in me. And now he's gone. And I don't know how to feel about it.
Regret for your friend?
All I have is regret for my friend. For he died long ago.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I didn't know you felt that way. It's just
It's
that
all right, Sylvie. The Master has taken much from me as well. but never again.
Yes, Doctor.
This errand to Ogress Oriana will be a catharsis for the both of us. Anyway, I know I could use a break. What do you say to a holiday? On Florana? Or perhaps Metabolis 3? Or even... Ah! We've arrived. You are coming, aren't you? The High Council of Time Lords will want a full report, and this is certainly going to be one for the history books. The final sealing of a Time Lord's dwelling? The paying of last respects? Stretching, of course, the word to the limits of its definition. You did say that history was your line.
You let me write the official record for the High Council?
Oh. Logs, chronicles, never had that sort of time for that sort of thing. Far too busy. Besides, who better to write the final biodata reconstruction than an historian?
Great. Thanks. I'll just quick change and grab my recording equipment.
Right. I'll see you in the console room. Oh, and Sylvie, chin up, okay? I've prepared the temporal motivators, and I've isolated a tachyon beam to the stellar power storage cells to open a window in the space-time vortex. And, of course, the Rassilonian eulogy. This business shouldn't take too long. Were you saying something?
What? Oh, nothing. I'll tell you later.
Right then. You do have the recording equipment?
Of course.
Right.
Oh.
After you, Sylvie.
No, Doctor. After you.
Right then. Don't forget to lock the door on the way out. Here we are then. The Master's Sanctuary. Ogress Oriana.
So this was his home. It's quite damp and musty down here, isn't it?
Home? You make it sound so pedestrian.
Well, thanks a lot.
No, this was the lair of the most evil genius the cosmos has ever produced. Sadly, that's all he'll be remembered for.
Looks well concealed. How did you find it?
He was during one of the Dalek wars. He practically invited me here once, but I would have thought that he would have abandoned it years ago.
Well, could you begin the ceremony? I'm anxious to begin dictating the VDR.
Not so fast. I need to disable the vault's defenses first. This won't take long.
The Cytronic Coordinator with the authority of the High Council of the Time Lords of Gallifrey and the constellation of Pesturberus, a record of the last ceremony for the renegade Time Lord and the Lord Proprietor, known as the Master, whose final incarnation was destroyed on the planet Mechanus. Together with the aid of the Doctor, we have entered the domain of the Deviant to forever seal his legacy, inside the vault of evil tools of his trade, along with the files and secret knowledge that the Master had long been stealing from the Matrix. The temporal sealing of the vault will prevent this potentially dangerous knowledge from falling in the hands of any...
All right, Sylvie, I need you to cover your eyes just for a second and take a few paces back, just so. Yes, good. And now.
Doctor, is something supposed to happen?
Strange. There should have been a huge flash of light disabling the defense grid. I'll try reversing the polarity of the neutron flow. You know, I just love saying that.
Record continued. For centuries now, the Master has been using the stolen information from these files for one diabolical scheme after another. However, with the sealing of these vaults, never again will the knowledge be put to malignant use. And forever the universe...
All right. Same drill as last time, all right? Good. Yeah. And... now.
Doctor. The next time you have a false alarm for me, could you wait till after I'm done dictating the BDR?
I don't understand. All the defenses were in place. False leads in place as well. I wonder if my old sonic screwdriver has a couple of wires crossed.
Well, maybe he was in a hurry and forgot to turn the defenses on.
Nonsense! I know the master. He was far too intelligent to overlook such an obvious precaution. No, his devices were meticulous and often overly complicated. Strange. The defenses weren't on.
And what was that you were saying about my theory?
I'm going in.
But Doctor, should...
Wait right here. I'll be back as soon as I can.
Record continued. The preliminary investigation uncovered that the vault was undefended. All expected traps seem to be deactivated. The Doctor has entered the vault to investigate further. Unless the contents are secure, the ceremony cannot continue. Well?
Empty. All files, all technology, all gone.
Gone, but...
I don't know. Whoever was here covered their tracks very well. Except I am getting some strange readings. Delta particles. I suppose it's possible that the Master relocated entirely to his TARDIS before, but it would have to have been immediately before he died.
Well, are you sure you're...
The Time Lord secrets must have died.
Are you sure your calculations are correct?
Yes, I thought of all that.
Well, maybe somebody could have broken in here like you did.
I have intimate knowledge and centuries of experience with Sylvie. No, if anyone were to break in here, they would either have to be incredibly intelligent, or they'd have to be me. No, the Master must have relocated entirely to his TARDIS before his demise. The Time Lord's secrets must have died with him.
And there are no other possibilities?
Yes. But the alternative is entirely too frightful to contemplate. In fact, it's quite impossible and I refuse to believe it. Come on, let's go now.
We've procured the last of the experimental humans.
Excellent. Return to base and prepare for Phase 6.
We obey.
What have you there?
Time logs. I intend to aid you in your investigation.
You'd better put those back in the library before they disintegrate. I'm afraid you won't get much out of those. I stopped updating them centuries ago.
Well, it's a place to start anyway. Marco Polo.
Besides, there's bound to be something in here about the Master's frequent dwellings. Or maybe something on an alien race who could have infiltrated.
Oh, there aren't any.
Don't be arrogant, Doctor. Time Lords don't have the monopoly on ingenuity.
I don't doubt anyone would have the necessary skill. Excuse me. I just doubt anyone would have the knowledge of the vault's location. Now, if something dubious were to happen in that vault, I doubt the explanation would be something as obvious as common theft. Now, something's not right. Something's missing.
Sometimes, Doctor, I find that the answer to a riddle is right under my nose. It might be worth having a look at some of these. It might not be the lost cause you think it is. Who knows? You may feel the need to keep up your journals for posterity's sake, if I am correct.
Well, what do I care about posterity? That's your business. I'm far too busy doing whatever it is I'm doing. And besides, if I ever forget anything important, I can just use the reminder room.
What's the reminder room?
What's the You mean I haven't told you?
Doctor, if I would have known, I wouldn't have asked.
No, I suppose you wouldn't. You see, the TARDIS and I have a symbiotic link. Now, through the centuries, the TARDIS and I have become attached to one another. Now, this link prevents anyone but me, or those I permit, from piloting the controls. It also means that anything I experience will be stored in the TARDIS databanks. Now, that is what the reminder room is. It is a place where I can revisit my memories in a physical manifestation.
So, you can enter this room and relive any memory you've had since you first started traveling, only in holographic form.
Sylvie, you've been watching too much Star Trek. It's something a bit more complicated than a primitive hologram. I can participate in any memory that I choose, or that the TARDIS chooses for me. I can switch things about a bit, simulate the what-if, so to speak.
Well, that does seem useful. But I wish you would have shown me before now. I would have liked to have seen it sooner.
Strange that I haven't, since I used your DNA sequence as the code for the lock.
Doctor, it seems a bit bizarre.
Bizarre? Well, the door needs a lock, doesn't it? I can't have people just wandering in and borrowing my memories now, can I?
But Doctor, why did you use my DNA sequence?
Well, not the whole thing. That would take frightfully long to punch in. Do you realize that the human DNA sequence...
Doctor!
It's really quite simple, Sylvie. You and I had just started traveling together, and I remembered that I had the room, and I needed a number sequence, so I used yours. I really hope you don't mind. Let's just say I've grown attached to you.
It's not that, really. It's just, why do you need a lock anyway? We're the only two aboard.
Oh, I didn't mean to express any meaning of distrust. I do have visitors once in a while, once every century or two. But if I needed you to get into the reminder room, I would arrange.
Doctor, something the matter?
I would arrange to let you in! Eureka! That's why the vault is clear. The Master must have allowed someone to know the location of his base. Perhaps he planned a bit too far ahead this time, the old plotter. Now, we found delta particles in the vault, and that can be used as a transport agent. And there are only 3 races in the known universe that use delta particles in this fashion. The Sontarans, the Vardans, and the Movellans. Which one? I think I'll have a nap.
What?
I'm onto something, Sylvie. I need to sort this thing out in my head right now. I'll be by the pool, so please don't disturb me. Meanwhile, put those back in the library.
But Doctor, if you have a new theory, shouldn't we return to Overheard?
You forget, Sylvie. I've already been there. A few moments to absorb all the necessary clues is all I require. Now, I must sort them out in my head.
But Doctor, doesn't that mean that the Time Lord's journals could be in the hands
It's
of...
just possible. We may yet have some temporal marauders to catch.
The TARDIS defenses are switched on. You can cancel.
What did you do that for? He's alive. We can't make the jump back now that the symbiotic defense systems are engaged.
There must be a way to shut it off.
No, we can't. The controls will respond to him alone and not while he's unconscious. It's just too complicated.
Use the scanner.
Yes, this looks promising. Third corridor, 72 doors down, is not energized. Its entrance must have been left ajar when the defenses were switched on. We can make the jump from there.
Destroy her.
I wonder what Sylvie! Sylvie! Oh no, Sylvie! This can't happen! Sylvie!
Doctor,
What happened? What did they want?
don't know.
Open your mind to me, Sylvie. Let me see your memories.
Doctor,
Sylvie, I can't let you just slip away and disappear. I can't let you be forgotten. You will not be forgotten. I promise you. Where am I? What are you doing, Doctor? No, I'm where I think I am. You are in the reminder room, Doctor.
Who are you supposed to be? One of my memories?
Not precisely. This room represents your personal partition of the Matrix on Gallifrey. No other minds may enter here. I represent the voice of the TARDIS. I am an extension of yourself. Another mind is present here, that of your late companion. What you have done is forbidden. I was not designed to hold the life experiences of another being, let alone a member of another race. I know. That's why I established a psychic link with her before she died. I want to store her memories here so that I may identify her killer. I have extracted her memories from your mind and stored them in a separate place here. But I cannot guarantee how long I can maintain their stability. Also, I cannot offer you her entire memories. I can only offer glimpses, I am afraid. I must know who violated the TARDIS! It is vital that I find her killers. I sympathize, Doctor. In your pocket you will find an object that Sylvie had on her person when she was killed. I can tell you that this object and her killers are inextricably linked. But how? Coordinate circuitry. Whoever it was, they must want me to find them. Very well then. Let's find out who you are.
It appears that the Doctor has disabled the navigational override. The time capsule seems undamaged.
He was quite intelligent. It was fortuitous that we planted the circuit field. What will be his next move?
I hypothesize that he will investigate, search for energy anomalies. If we are discovered, his emotions will limit his abilities.
Or enhance them. You didn't have to kill the female Tam.
It's of no consequence. Once the Doctor is secured, our collaboration will be at an end, and we will be free.
Do you really think he'll let us go when he has us so utterly in his power? Once our usefulness to him is ended, he may just choose to terminate us rather than risk our vengeance.
It's time we contacted our benefactor.
Ogrel reporting, sir. The Doctor's TARDIS has materialized on the fringe of the zone. The Doctor has disembarked. What are your orders?
Follow and observe. Do not interfere.
But surely it would be safer to stun him and bring him to you.
Do not question my orders! You will obey immediately. The Doctor is cunning. He'll find his way to me, and if he doesn't, I've made other arrangements.
If the humans interfere or there are complications caused by the experiments,
then you will make sure that the Doctor comes to no harm. I want you to activate your Delta Band and follow him to base. Signify your understanding.
We obey.
Thank you, officers, for your timely appearance. Good day. I'm sorry. Do you know that you're blocking my path?
You, citizen, what are you doing out of uniform?
Out of... Oh, dear, so I am. You know, I was just asking myself the same question. Doctor, quoth I, what are you doing out of uniform? And, you know, you're going to be noticed. You're going to get yourself into a lot of trouble. And wouldn't you know, here you are, here I am, here we are together, chatting. I'm afraid I'm terribly busy at the moment, so you'll just have to excuse me. Good day.
Hold it. You still haven't answered the officer's question.
But you don't understand.
Name.
Please, don't detain me here. I've got to find them.
Find who?
The ones who attacked me. You can't miss them. They're in dark uniforms. Blue, could be black. I'm not really sure.
The penalty of wearing non-Confederation issued attire is 30 days labor. Lying to an officer of the Confederation is considerably more so if you're quite finished. Name.
That seems rather harsh, isn't it? Did you say Confederation?
It could be that his mind is unbalanced.
Oh, please. You're not really going to detain me for mistaken attire, are you?
We just can't have you walking about in those clothes.
My clothes? Why not? No one's locked you up yet, have they?
It promotes jealousy and it detracts from the section leader's tranquil environment. You wouldn't want to do that. You would ruin the lives of these happy people.
Well, no, I wouldn't want to deter the tranquilized from their apathy. I'll tell you what. I'll go and have a talk with this, what did you say, section leader? And, we could just, find out who it was I was looking for.
I think you'd better come with us to Central Office.
And you would be best to come with us. You wouldn't want to be shot, evading justice.
Oh, come off, I'd love to come with you to Central Office. Decent sort of chaps, are they? There was just one thing.
Well, after him!
Right!
Stupid. The penalty for evading capture is total and immediate execution on your feet, citizen.
What about a trial? Or doesn't justice exist in this bigoted world of yours?
Bigoted? Oh, how dare you insult your liberators? We have created a world where the human impulse is best controlled.
Controlled? Oh dear. Why do I always end up on the wrong side of the planet?
He must be insane. She sit on your feet, citizen!
No, you've got to listen to me. You can't stop me now, it's vital.
The time for listening is over.
If you delay me here, then the murderers I was tracking down will surely escape. I arrived here by mistake. I don't know your customs. I came to find the two who murdered my companion. Well, surely the possibility of two armed and dangerous renegades running about deserves looking into.
Yes, maybe. However, that hardly detracts from the fact of your guilt. In the name of the Progress Confederation and with the authority of the Anti-Resistance Act, I sentence you to execution.
Where'd he go? Chance, or is someone looking after my welfare? Still, I've been foolish. I must maintain control.
And who are you supposed to be?
I am the doctor, Miss Leiden.
Upon our lives, section leader, we are telling you the truth.
Exactly. Upon your lives. Because that is exactly what you'll be losing should you lie. Lunatics vanishing to avoid execution. My. We'll have to draft a new law, shan't we? The only reason why you escaped is because you passed the polygraph. Difficult to fake, but not impossible.
Sir, let us try to find this man. He will not evade us a second time.
He certainly won't. Because I intend on taking personal charge of this operation. Your crashing about will yield no results.
Dismissed.
Sir, we...
Get out!
Sir!
Well, Miss Leiden. I've been so looking forward to meeting you again.
Who are you? How did you get past my guard?
I am 5th Minister Fikar. My credentials.
I was not informed of your coming here. My guard should have announced.
Oh, please, Miss Leiden, you must realize by now that the Ministry likes to make unannounced visits. Keeps you on your toes. Guards were informed prior to my arrival.
that is highly irregular.
I will decide what is regular. We have had complaints about you, section leader.
Complaints? Am I to assume that my loyalty is being challenged?
For the moment, no. I was sent here primarily to investigate the appearance of a new enemy agent. You will assist me any way you can. It is by the extent of your cooperation that the former charge will be ascertained. Do I make myself clear?
My apologies, Minister.
Good.
May I inquire as to whom this enemy agent may be?
Well, the same agent that gave your security force some trouble earlier.
How do you know?
Now, this particular agent is known to me, and the Ministry of Internal Investigations. The Confederation will be a safer place once it is free from its harmful influence.
An internal matter? A double agent? I couldn't agree with you more. Once he is liquidated,
No. I want him taken alive.
Are you sure that is wise?
Oh, I think the benefit will be immeasurable to our cause. You see, I intend to re-educate him. Once that is finished, he will prove most useful in apprehending any accomplices he might have had that would prove more difficult to capture.
Do you anticipate him giving in easily? I've had much experience with the Resistance. Their fanaticism makes interrogation difficult.
Oh, I think you'll find my own tactics are quite persuasive.
Yes. I will have the city scoured at once.
You're too anxious, my dear section leader. While zeal is a commendable trait, I already have a plan set in motion.
You do?
I have troops at my command. They alone must make the arrest. Your police are only to give reports upon sighting. Also, I need a new base of operations. My own facilities are limited. The political correction facility you have at the north face of the perimeter will prove, quote, most adequate.
I will instruct the warden to immediately put its asylum at your disposal.
More than that, I want your personal assistance.
If that is your wish, it will be done.
Also, instruct your police to search for this. It is a diagram of the renegade's device. I want it delivered to the asylum as soon as it is found.
A police box? What is this?
It's a disguise.
This is the device that made him disappear from my guard's sight?
An ingenious machine. Its other functions are more diabolical, I assure you. But not to worry, my people will locate it. Now, if you've no further questions, you may proceed.
What is this fugitive's name? I may need to tell my guard.
He calls himself the Doctor. Mark that name well. You will never hear one more nefarious.
Cal, your variance analysis. The perimeter patrols are in. All is equated for tomorrow's advancement.
Is that all? Cal, when we send you out on a recon mission, we expect you to bring back more than a basic backlog.
Do I really need to put up with this, Remy? Cal, you will answer her question. My sincerest sorries, your ace architectness, but this mission seems like a terrible waste of manpower and supplies to achieve nothing.
The House deems it necessary. You will obey orders.
This strike may not seem significant, but if we are successful, we will create enough prime chaos that other units will achieve their objectives. Sorry's all around if I find it uncomfortable being bait.
What's likely to happen is we'll buzz them slightly, and they'll swap.
You have your orders, and that will be the end of it. Checker! Now, continue your range approximation.
Things are strangely quiet. According to my contacts, orders given directly from the section leader have reduced the activity in the city's police force. The Grey Collars have been issued a description of a man labeled as dangerous to the Confederation, but have been ordered not to apprehend him.
Have they stated his involvement in our faction?
Unknown. They've been given the orders today, and mum's the word. Oh, they call him the Doctor.
The Doctor? Never heard a call sign like that. It's unlikely he'd be one of our operatives.
He might be a mousetrap. One of the Grey Boys trying to get into our operation.
I don't think so. It seems highly improbable that this should coincide with our strike. We should abort now. This changes nothing. At 0740, we still go ahead as planned.
curious. Seasons are changing with each passing moment. I better get moving.
Temporal disturbance seems to be coming from that direction. Some sort of government installation. This could be interesting. I hope they have a back door.
Hello?
You stupid primitive! I was nearly in until you came along and ruined everything!
Cal, who is this? This, Remy, is the Confederation's mysterious random variable, the elusive and ungrateful Doctor.
Doctor?
So you're the Doctor.
Yes, I'm the Doctor. Who are you?
He was outside of the asylum trying to break in when we were running for it.
You idiot, Cal! He might be an agent for the Confederation, and you brought him down here?
I didn't think so at the time. We were just trying to escape. And then he started attacking me. Now our plans are ruined.
Your plans? Your plans? Why, you stupid! I was there!
Cal! Spring him!
I was very nearly into the building when a bunch of thugs playing soldier came bursting out of the buildings.
Any one of these could be a listening device. How are we to tell?
Well, you might ask.
Shut up!
Will you please stop acting like a bunch of children playing special weapons envoy? If anyone's plans have been sabotaged, it's mine. I'm not in the Confederation. I'm not even sure what it is.
Playing ignorant isn't going to get you anywhere, Doctor. You come down here, attack one of my men. That's not true manners.
Yes, that's your point. I wasn't being very polite. If I could, I'd like to start again.
I'm the Doctor.
Shut up!
This is Enclose 6-4. Roger it out.
Now, unless you start giving us the answers we want, you'll make a nice doormat when your friends arrive. Now, who are you?
Like I said, I'm the Doctor. I came here to find those who are responsible for the death of my friend. Now, using those instruments that you have there, I was able to break the code lines and break into the asylum.
These here.
This is Enclose 6-4.
Jen, hand me that silver.
Why be in the asylum?
Because I have reason to believe that the killers are in there. I was very nearly in when your party came out.
Now, I've told you my story. What were you doing there?
tell him anything. I think we need a bit more proof positive of your identity than some sob story about a fried friend, because we all have them down here.
He might be able to help us.
More proof, Doctor. Who are you, really? What link do you have to the Progress Confederation? How did you get past those guards? How did you get into the asylum?
Look, as far as my identity, you may as well forget about anything else other than what I've already provided for you.
Why is that?
Because you're not likely to believe it. As for your government, I've already told you I have no idea what it's about or who runs it.
Our government. We're at war, Doctor. War. And unless you start telling us the things we need to know, I'll have you shot.
Very well. But understand that anything that I tell you now, no matter how incredulous, is nonetheless true.
Go ahead.
I am an alien. I come from another point in time, from another planet, in another dimension. Try not to lose me, to find those who are responsible for the death of my friend. My only concern is to see that they pay for their crimes. Whatever your political convictions are, they are utterly and totally irrelevant. How's that?
You're right. I don't believe you.
Oh dear, how I hate having these conversations. Look, I can prove who I am if you'll just allow me to use one of my tools.
316, report to control. Not so fast.
Is that door locked?
Yes.
Now watch closely.
That's impossible. That's an alpha electrolock. I locked it myself. Try that again. Huh, never.
Prime toy you got there. It still doesn't prove you're an alien.
Please, could you use your intelligence? Would your Confederation send a spy dressed like this? Can't you see that this technology is beyond your grasp? And look, the machine that I travel in is in the center of the city. If we hurry, I can show it to you and I won't have lost too much time. You must believe me. I can't have come this far only to be stopped.
I could arrange some quick transport to get us quickly in and out of the city, Remy.
Jen, check the field.
The patrols are moving back.
All right. You want to prove yourself to us? Fine. Cal, you go with me. Check out this time machine. If he escapes, it's your head. Now go.
I don't like this, Remy. It was too risky to send him alone with Cal.
Whoever he is, I'm convinced he's no enemy agent. Besides, I wouldn't really care if we lost Cal.
Do you mean to let him out?
I didn't say that. I only said his life. Maybe he'll join us. After the way he broke into that asylum without so much as a flinch, we could use that. If he twitches, he's fertilizer.
I materialized right around this corner at the end of the alley. So this is the place.
Right, Doctor. Let's
Let's go see Remy.
Bring in the instruments. You have no idea how satisfying it is to use the Doctor's own time capsule as an instrument of my plan. It's almost like having access to the Doctor's mind. I'm close, Doctor, oh, so close.
But truly, Master, you'll need the Doctor to complete your experiment.
You semi-avaricious simpleton, of course I need the Doctor. Why else would I have woven such a complicated web, only to swiftly dispatch him? But to have his TARDIS. You don't understand the personal nature of this intrusion.
I'm sure he doesn't. You have all but defeated the Doctor. He is truly a fly in your web. As for our cooperation, we have done our part. And all we ask for is our freedom.
Freedom? You have done a fair job short of botching an entire operation. No, you have forced my hand in some matters, and you must continue to serve me until I no longer require your services. Never again speak of this matter to me. Leave me.
We got to the place and there was nothing there. It's possible the Confederation nabbed it for lack of permit.
Doctor, you're a liar and an agent of the Confederation. I have wasted enough time upon you. Jen? Any, last words?
Only that you're making a terrible mistake, killing someone who can help you. Look, I want to get into that asylum as well as you. I can help you get inside.
I've already formulated a new plan. And this time, you won't be in the way.
But I can help you get inside much more quickly, and with far less commotion than the first time.
He's right. It took him a few minutes what took us months to plan. I think we should let him help us.
I still don't trust him. Jen?
It's possible. He might help us. If he twitches, we can always finish it. Besides, the opportunity may never come again. Alien or no alien, it could work.
You would do this?
It's possible. Tell me your plan. Give me my freedom, and we'll see.
It's simple. Break into the asylum, take the warden hostage, exchange the warden for our people.
Fine, whatever. Do we have a deal?
Fine. You will be our tool. If I get doubtful about your ability, Doctor, it'll be quick. But it won't be painless.
You do realize they're going to have reinforcements since you've tried this before.
You do realize that I'm sending you in ahead of me. If someone gets shot, it'll be you. Jen! Well, so far so good. You're lucky you didn't get shot. Did you have any trouble getting in? No. You're right. Control room's this way. Let's go.
That's far enough. Guards. Excellent work, Agent Tam.
Cal!
My, Remy. What brings the city's greatest petty thief and political subversive?
I may be all those things, but at least I'm not a puppet of the Confederation. Commander Leiden.
That section leader.
Well, Congratulations.
Sylvie!
Traitor! I'll kill you both!
Bury this worm away somewhere in the dark. Objective secured, Fifth Minister.
Excellent. Confine him and make sure he is heavily sedated.
I obey.
Master.
We've been fighting all our lives.
No.
Let's bring it to an end.
We were friends once upon a time.
So long ago.
It seems I've done the Master an injustice.
Gallifrey.
She was evil, cunning, and resourceful.
But you could almost say we were at school together.
Gallifrey.
Terrible thing.
It's going to be a red sky tonight.
Gallifrey.
Doctor!
Doctor! That is the title you've adopted these days, isn't it?
Only on my essays.
Yes, I've heard. Such scandalous accusations of the current administration. If I was in your position, I'd choose a pseudonym as well. How have you been?
Fair. It's going to be a red sky tonight.
Still the dreamer, I see.
Too much reality can be fatal. I come up here to get away from it all once in a while.
But down in the valley, reality is festering.
I know.
Have you heard something of me of late?
I have.
Let me have your thought.
I think you're becoming entwined with a dangerous political faction, and I don't like it.
Don't like it? I think you're being just a bit prejudicial. In fact, after some of those things that you wrote, I would think you'd be a little bit more sympathetic.
The actions of your group are inexcusable. You use terror tactics to gain
what has been stolen by an old and decadent generation. The old regime will be swept away. They are no longer worthy of our loyalty. We will replace them and bring order to the chaos that would follow.
Chaos begets chaos. I do understand you, and I sympathize, but you're going about it all the wrong way. It has to stop.
Not so. Believe me, this is the only way we can achieve our goals. Things will be better after we've won. You'll see.
No, they won't. They will be just the same as they were in the old times.
No, you're wrong.
All it takes is one short massacre to snuff out a rebellion. It has happened before. You're wasting your life needlessly. There are plenty of ways that you...
All right, enough. I came here to ask an old friend to join a noble cause. Believe me, our cause is just.
Don't be so sure.
Will you join us?
As I said before, there are many other ways you can go about this.
Very well, Doctor. I see you decided whose side you're on. If that is how it is to be, then I have no choice but to terminate any old loyalties, even to you.
If you're planning to become a criminal, then you'd better choose a pseudonym as well.
When the time comes, I too shall choose a fitting title. It certainly won't be coward.
That was so long ago. Why am I thinking of this now?
Wake up, Doctor! Wake up, Doctor! Wake up, Doctor! Wake up, Doctor! Wake up!
Time to rejoin the living. 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 You? It was you.
I knew you'd come. You had no choice. My invitation was simple, but far too difficult to resist. You! Good, Doctor. I'm glad to see that your wits have not yet deserted you. Welcome to the Progress Confederation, not quite the Earth that you remember.
I don't understand. I was so sure. We all were.
I'll sum up what you're currently trying to grasp. During my exploits on Mechanus, I saw a unique opportunity to allow the universe to believe that I was dead. The destruction of my TARDIS was a rather high price to pay, but well worth the expense.
The amount of genetic material left in the TARDIS core was sufficient. We all thought that.
I know. How could I have survived? Extracorporeal regeneration. I never did quite find the secret. However, the cloning facilities on board my TARDIS were adequate in providing verisimilitude to my demise.
And beyond reproach, you were able to hatch your schemes beyond prying eyes. You somehow escaped Mechanus undetected, returned to Ogress Oriana, and awaited rendezvous with your Varden friend.
I knew the Council would send you. I only awaited your arrival. You've analyzed the situation swiftly, Doctor. Masterfully done.
You killed Sylvie. You've gone too far this time, Master, but not beyond reproach. I shall destroy you, as I should have done eons ago.
How? As you can see, you are at my disposal.
And naturally you intend to kill me.
No.
No? Why not? Isn't that what you always wanted? Why are you keeping me here?
Why, Doctor, I'm surprised you haven't figured that one out for yourself.
Oh, please. You couldn't kill me if you wanted to. No, first you have to expose my frailties. I know that it has always maddened you that you could never humiliate me, but oh, how you did try. If there is one constant in the universe, it's that you have never been able to defeat me.
Granted.
What did you say?
I admit it. I have never been able to defeat you. My intelligence, my knowledge, my skills against you, they were all for naught. Your knack of having the upper hand was becoming unbearable. But all that is past. What I am concerned with is the future. I've always considered you my equal, Doctor. Well, almost. We, the great renegades, think what we could accomplish together.
Oh, you just don't stop, do you? The only thing you've ever accomplished are broken things and dead people. But no longer. I intend to end this feud once and for all. She will be avenged.
The death of your companion was not my will.
Do you really think that absolves you?
Oh, come off it, Doctor. Do you really expect me to believe that the death of one primitive could send your mind into such a rage? I know you better than that. I have seen you allow countless to die with your full knowledge and detached air just as long as they die outside of your sight and your deluded sense of self-innocence.
That's not true!
How many could you have saved? But you didn't act. You didn't act. Why, Doctor? Even now, you helped a band of rebels storm this establishment with the intent to assassinate its proprietor. Yes, wholesale murder, and all under your benevolent, guiding hand.
They only wanted the return of their people, not to kill.
Is that what they told you? You believed them? Why? Perhaps you just didn't care. Oh, yes, you had your own agenda and couldn't be bothered with a simple matter of principle. Think about it, Doctor. We are both renegade Time Lords. We both operate outside of the scope of universal law, and we both justify our actions by the end result. The only difference is I don't try to hide my motivations behind any false pretense of morality. There is only the good of the moment. Once you learn that, you are strong. Your weakness is hypocrisy, Doctor. No. It is irrational to deny the obvious. Right to the point, Doctor, I propose a fusion of our abilities.
A fusion?
Think about it, Doctor. I no longer wish to see you destroyed. I've wasted too much of my life fighting you. Two men of our resource should work together. I've learned something from you, Doctor, the value of an ordered society. Think of it. The two of us could end conflict in this cosmos. Peace would reign under our rule. However, I realize you need time to consider my offer. Consider it carefully, Doctor. If you do not wish to join me, then I will, of course, set you free.
As long as you're alive, Master. no one will be free.
Get me the First Minister.
Well, Doctor, have you decided?
Yes, I have.
And?
Yes.
Excellent, Doctor. I never doubted you. Welcome.
You were right. I see that now. I am tired of constantly having to pull my punches and never finish what I begin. Too many times I have been unable to completely correct the situation without looking past my morals. Well, no longer. I will join you on this new crusade. But first, I want the Vardens.
Ogrel, Tam, come to the interrogation room at once. Vardens. You require our assistance, Master? Just flick this switch, Doctor, and their lives will be forfeit. All in the name of justice.
No, not like this. I want them to suffer more. Let them live. The thought of their deaths will be far more frightening than any device of yours. Know that your hours are numbered.
Excellent, Doctor. I see you finally come to your senses. It'll be like the old times at the Academy. Only this time, no one will be able to stop us.
What are we to do, Tam? What are we to do?
Shut up! I need time to think.
We can't stay here, that's for certain. We can't leave the city, not with these collars fencing us in. You were so sure that they'd let us go.
We need to get that control box away from the Master. I have it. The Rebels. The Dissidents are in the same situation as us. And they will create a nice diversion as well.
And in the confusion, we could procure the Master's control box and escape.
No. It is time we rid the universe of this abomination. I intend to destroy the Master.
Enter, Doctor. I have something to show you. Now that we are like in mind, I can show you my latest achievement.
Your latest? Typical humanoid, bipedal, advanced cranium. Is he still alive?
Oh, he is quite alive, I assure you. I have created a temporary stasis field around the test subject. I brought him here from the dimension you originally materialized in. I have created a bubble in time, causing us and everything around us to change and accommodate to this parallel universe. However, with this test subject, I have left him in his original time stream. Through the application of my own technological genius, we can observe him from our dimension.
Brilliant. But you know as well as I that any continuum is the equal and opposite of any of its counterparts. By their very natures, they would struggle for dominance. Neither would win. And they would destroy both time and space. Have you seriously considered the repercussions of tampering with...
Oh, give me some credit, Doctor. Your stability has been maintained, hasn't it? I have taken every precaution against error.
Just as you say. All things considered, how is all of this possible?
Why, with your own TARDIS. I took the liberty of having it moved here. In theory, if I were to release the barrier, the entire fabric of the space-time continuum would unravel in this quadrant. However, by the application of my theories and your TARDIS energy reserves, I can take any dimension I wish, and cause it to transcend its barriers and force its counterpart into recessive coexistence.
Well, you seem to have everything worked out. Where do I fit in all this?
Currently, the effect is only temporary, lasting a few days.
After that, the dimensions slip back to their proper place in space and time.
You want to make the effect permanent. Precisely. I can't do that alone. However, with your experience and intimate knowledge of the Matrix, we can redirect power from the Time Lords themselves and make the transfer universal and complete.
Do you really think you can get away with it?
But Doctor, I am getting away with it. The Time Lords are completely ignorant of my plans, thanks to a special arrangement of my own device.
It will take some time. I'll have to build a dimensional stabilizer with the aid of your nodes. Yes, it can be done.
Good. I'll go and get the necessary equipment. You can begin your computations here.
Very well. Master, these notes are comprehensive. I need... Oh dear.
Don't you mean Fifth Minister Fikar?
Fifth what? Sylvie.
Put the papers down and put your hands on your head.
But I...
Now!
Headstrong in any dimension, aren't you, Sylvie?
What are you talking about?
I know you.
What?
I know you. Or at least I did.
Oh, yes. We were separated at birth. Don't bother.
We were friends, actually. We traveled together for many years. That was in another dimension, and another time.
What is this rubbish?
You must believe me when I say that in my time, in a parallel version of this place, in that dimension, you were my traveling companion. Have you ever wondered where you might be if you had made different decisions? Wondered what if? There are limitless possibilities in the universe. In one possible outcome, you were not a military leader, or even a soldier. You were an historian. Brilliant by human standards. You were killed by the minions of that man that you call Fikar. Surely you must remember. You are essentially the same person. Don't you recognize me?
You must think me stupid to believe a raving farce like that. I heard you plotting. You were as thick as thieves. So stop the narrative and tell me everything that you and the Fifth Minister are plotting.
As things are at the moment, I must maintain the confidence of the Master, and that's what he's really called. Don't you see that this whole situation is a farce? This time he's really gone insane, and for some reason he wants me to join him. I must play along with his madman scheme so that I can stop him before he destroys this entire region of space and time. You must believe me. Look around you. Don't you see that the technology in this room, the things you overheard, what about the pulse lasers that your soldiers are using? Are those standard issue? If you interfere now, all will have been for nothing. Your death in my dimension will have been in vain. If you are anything like the Sylvie that I knew, and I know that you are, you don't accept things as they simply appear to the eye. You aren't satisfied until you know the core truth.
Yes. Some way. No. As you said before, I need more proof.
I know just the thing.
Where are you taking me?
The Master has told me that he is sapping power from my TARDIS for his experiments. My theory is, this cable which leads from the laboratory will lead me to the TARDIS. Please follow me.
But what is the TARDIS?
Yes, it is. You don't have to say it. It's bigger on the inside than it is on the outside. Don't touch anything, and come with me. Place your hand just there, Sylvie. This door is already keyed to your handprint, as it is coded to your own DNA sequence. After you, Sylvie.
No, Doctor. After you.
This is the reminder room. We've had this discussion before. Does any of this sound familiar to you?
Not really. What is it used for?
One of its purposes is to keep you in touch with who you are. When you died, the other you, I had the TARDIS store her memories. Just concentrate. think back, and those repressed memories should return to you.
Doctor, is something supposed to happen? And who are you supposed to be?
I am the doctor of this life.
Doctor, look out!
After you, Sylvie.
No, Doctor, after you.
Yes. I remember I was studying time logs when two men appeared. Doctor.
Yes, Sylvie, I know. It's not going to be easy for you to live with the trauma of your own death, but try not to think about that right now. You and your counterpart are now of one mind. We have to get back before the Master returns. Oh no, not again!
Not what again?
I would speak with you, Doctor. Now.
Doctor, who's he?
Excuse me, Sylvie. I have to go talk to myself for a moment. Now look, I know that you said that the Matrix abhors an alien presence, and that there was only a limited time before her being would dissipate. But I have solved your problem for you, and there's no use in wasting my time in thanking me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. May I go now?
You have broken the laws of Rassilon. Even when I left Gallifrey, I never thought that I would go to such extremes. You have gone too far, Doctor.
No, not necessarily. The first law only states that I cannot go back in time to alter my own destiny. I have done no such thing.
You can perform your verbal acrobatics for the High Council, perhaps, but you cannot fool yourself. Not forever. You know what you did was wrong.
I only did what was necessary. An opportunity presented itself, and I took it.
You are guilty.
Then I will have to live with that guilt. I thought I always had a sense of justice. The Master was responsible for Sylvie's death, and I used his own experiment to get her back.
What you have done threatens the very fabric of space-time.
Not necessarily. The Master's notes were very specific. I believe that I can collapse his time bubble without puncturing it prematurely.
Very well. Here's what you will do.
Come on, Sylvie. We have very little time to lose and even less to get much accomplished.
I can't believe we trusted that backstabbing double agent. I swear I ever get my hands on him.
It's much Cal's fault. He must have been working with them from the beginning. We've fallen into a finely laid trap.
Oh, I can believe Cal was in on it. He was an idiot.
Regardless, we're in here and the doctor and the section leader are out there. We shouldn't have tried a second attack.
Shh! Someone's coming.
Calm down. We're here to help you.
You're not Confederation guards. It's Cal, you traitor!
Shut up and listen. Just know that we both have the same problem. And we both want the same thing. Freedom and the death of the Doctor.
The Doctor? Ah, Cal. I know you and the Doctor are on the same side. I'm not gonna be taken in by the same man twice.
I am not Cal, I'm Tam. And my original orders were to abduct the Doctor alive and unharmed. But during that mission I was betrayed. And now we have a common enemy.
Well, it's nice to see I wasn't the only one who was betrayed. Common enemy, huh? Yeah, but what about the section leader? I mean, I see your point, but how do I know you're not gonna kill us?
We promise.
Oh, I feel a lot better now.
Let's just say this is a mutual partnership. Besides, you have no choice. Come with us and take over the asylum, or stay here and rot.
Well, you put it that way. I guess we have nothing to lose. Come on, Jen. Let's go.
How do we stop him?
Well, first we have to play along with this mad scheme of his. When the time is right, I will have him explain to me how to reverse the time bubble.
What is this? What is the Master doing to him?
Nothing. I've sent him back to his own dimension. The one where you... So you see, Sylvie, the idea is that time is all relative, and that the minister...
Doctor, what are you doing? Where is the test subject?
I sent him home. Conservation of energy.
And her?
I was explaining to the section leader our plan.
She wasn't supposed to know about it until we took it to the council.
Oh, I think that she would be an excellent addition to our team.
Doctor, you never fully explained how the minister reverses the process.
Why, it's all so simple, Sylvie. All you have to do is... I was never fully convinced that you would recognize the folly of your ways, but I had to take the chance. I had such high hopes from you. I expected better.
My hearts were never in it.
Against the wall, if you please. Since you seem reluctant to assist me as an equal, I will rip from your consciousness all that I require as my slave.
You really seem to have botched things, Did you really think that you could sway my beliefs?
All I needed was time. You would have eventually succumbed and realized the foolishness in your past ways.
Yes, I thought that was a bit strange, your rush to gather my intellect. I take it that your stabilization field can only stand such...
There is none of your concern now, Doctor. You had your chance. Now I have no more time to waste on you. Tam, Ogro, get in here!
If anyone will kill it.
Guards!
It'll be me.
When I say run, run.
Right. Ogro, destroy that control. And you, Rabble, kill him.
I don't think so. It's too valuable to us.
According to the Master's notes, we've got an hour before the time bubble collapses. Let's go!
They're gone! Get after him! I'll cover him! Relax, my friend. I'm not going to harm you. Put down the gun. You're not your enemy. You're not your enemy. Ow! Ow!
Doctor, let's get out of here.
I couldn't agree more. Hold on.
Thank goodness, Doctor. We've left the Master far behind us. We should be safe now, right?
Left the Master far behind.
On the planet.
Yes.
But Doctor, why? The Master could be here any minute. And what about the time bubble? We have to go now.
Not this time.
But why? We could travel anytime, anywhere. What possible reason could we have for staying here?
Revenge.
Revenge? You can't be serious.
Well, isn't that what you wanted?
No.
Oh, my, how you've changed your tune.
Well, so have you. What was all that you were saying about not allowing yourself the luxury of hatred?
Words.
No, that's not true. I know I should have spent more time listening to you.
But don't you see? You've defeated the Master. There's no reason for you to stick...
Yes, that's it, don't you see? If I turn my back on him, he'll still be out there. No, it's time he was dealt with.
For the last time, no. It has to stop now. It has to end here.
I agree. It stops now. It ends here.
I'm sure this is the spot. Should have gone with my calculations. Would have wrecked it.
Never mind that, Ogrel. I'm sure this is the spot.
All right.
So, not only would you plot to kill me, you would steal my property as well.
Master, I had
Shut
nothing
it,
to...
Ogrel.
Well, it's not as if you gave us any choice.
True, but you should have finished what you started when you still had the chance. Now it's time I took my own advice.
I've been expecting you.
Your TARDIS distress beacon was impossible to ignore.
As you say. The invitation was simple, but far too difficult to ignore.
So I take it your TARDIS is not damaged.
Running as smoothly as always. I take it your intention was not to lend assistance?
Doctor, you never cease to infuriate me, but you have hindered my progress for the last time.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. I don't know what regeneration you're on, but we could certainly find out.
May I ask that you make a similar gesture of faith?
It's all right, sir.
I am at your service, Doctor.
What do you want?
Answers.
Answers?
Yes.
But to what, my dear Doctor?
Why?
Why?
Yes, why? Why must we always be at each other's throats? Why can you not just leave well enough alone? Why must we continue this charade of kinship?
Kinship?
I would not call a half-breed mongrel like you my kin. Long ago I offered you the chance to become an equal, to become my brother. You turned your back on me.
I made my decision and I have no regrets.
Don't think to play the martyr with me.
Martyr? You have not killed me yet, Master.
Just so.
Easily remedied.
Doctor!
No, Sylvie, don't interfere! Do you know all the countless lives you've taken, all the worlds you have plundered, all of the evil that you have committed? The wound that cuts deepest was your first. That day on Gallifrey, you took away my greatest friend!
Is that so? Then perhaps you'd like to explain something to me, Doctor. What is she doing here?
She has nothing to do with this!
Oh, come, Doctor. You may not obey all the regulations set down by the Time Lords, but you do have your own set of rules. I dare say even Rassilon himself would object to bringing this young woman out of her time stream for your own selfish purposes.
Selfish?
You may call me evil if that label suits you, but even I... You see, even when forced to think about the implications, you cannot rationalize your own actions. And you accuse me of meddling in time. Sylvie is dead!
No! Sylvie died because of you! It wasn't her time!
That's as may be, Doctor, but everybody dies, even you. You will pay for your actions.
You and I are more alike than you can admit to yourself, like two sides of the same coin. None has a purpose without the other.
I cannot let you leave, Master. Not this time.
You are scarcely in any position to stop me. My time bubble is collapsing. My little experiment is drawing to a close. We'll meet again, Doctor, then we can continue this discourse later. Until then...
We have to go. Come on, we have to go.
Doctor!
There's still a chance, if I can just trace. It's too late. It's got away.
Ah, Sylvie, glad you could join me. Were you perhaps thinking of taking a dip into the pool? Well, no matter. Hardly get used to anyway. I mean, stuff and nonsense. Swimming. What's the point of non-aquatics going for a swim anyway?
Doctor, what's wrong with you?
I know. I'm not used to taking things so personally, but things never quite got this far before. The Master stole you from me. You were murdered in the place that you were supposed to be safest of all. I found it difficult to divorce myself from the situation this time.
Is that it, Doctor? Or is there something else? Or you were concerned only with your own matters? Perhaps? You have a real selfish streak in you. It's either your way or the universe needs fixing. You'd like to think of yourself as some intergalactic handyman. But for every hole you try to patch, 3 more appear. You can't fix everything, Doctor.
Am I hearing this correctly? I had to sacrifice more than I'd care to admit just to try to beat the Master at his own game, and still he...
The Master got the better of you because you tried to beat him at his own game. Your pride was so wounded that, once again, you decided the rules no longer applied to you. And you had to make him pay. You wanted to pretend that nothing happened and you always were true to your noble ideals.
No, that's not what I intended. My beliefs are not academic.
Well, you treat them that way. I hardly recognized you out there. You acted like a madman, ranting about revenge. Something you said you didn't believe in. And then there's me. What am I doing here? The Master was right. Am I another one of your things that was missing, so you had to replace it?
No, Sylvie,
Tell me the truth.
The truth! The truth is that nothing ever changes. Like the pendulum of a great-grandfather clock, I keep coming back to the same conflict. He won't stop, and I refuse to let him win. Now, I was determined to do anything at all to prevent him from hurting another living soul. I was prepared to kill. I wanted to kill the Master. But when it finally came down to it, something inside of me stopped me. I just couldn't do it. When it came right down to it, all I could do was ask him why. And now because of my inaction, he's escaped again, and we'll have to continue this play until it is finished. If it ever is.
And what about me?
I'm afraid you were a necessity. In order for my plan to work, I had to gain your trust. And to do that, I reminded you of who you were, who you might have been, who you may still be. But I have grown weary of deciding life and death. Even the Doctor has to answer to someone. Eventually. If you like, I can reverse engineer the Master's notes. I can return you to your own dimension. You needn't stay here another moment against your will. Do you want to go back?
What will happen if I go back? With these memories, I mean.
I'll be honest with you. I cannot undo what I've done. You have memories now of a world that doesn't exist. And those memories will color every decision you make from now on.
I have 2 distinct memories of my entire life now. Can you imagine what that must be like?
Actually, I can.
You could help me to sort things out in my head.
Yes. You really don't belong back on that world anymore, Sylvie. And the longer you stay away, the more those memories will fade.
I don't belong anywhere now. Do I?
Yes, you do. It's just a question of where. I've thought of that question for almost 1,000 years now. I've traveled the universe and I've seen so many things, both sublime and terrible. I've known many people. I've been many people. And I still don't think I've found the answer to that question yet. Perhaps together, we can find the answers.
For the both of us?
For the both of us.